My name is Likarion Wainaina. I'm a filmmaker. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya.
Yes.
I don't want to look like a problem.
Yes.
It does work in my favor sometimes. Sometimes it works against me when people think, "Awu ako sawa." That's why I love films like Anam's Wake. And even Supa Modo, where I was like, I can do what I want. And those was always the best.
Let's talk about the film now, Anam's Wake. You are the scriptwriter. You are also the director.
Yeah.
So tell us about the vision, where the whole concept for Anam's Wake came from.
We're not there where we used to be, but at least we're pushing the boundaries.
Do you just do it for the pay?
Na kazi yako ya kulialia.
What hatulili watu, we grieve so the dead can find passage.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's video. And today we are sitting down with one of Kenya's most distinctive filmmakers. He's an award-winning, multi-award-winning actually, a super director. He has worked on some of the most favorite Kenyan films we know. I'm talking about Supa Modo. If you have watched Bait, and the just premiered Anam's Wake. He's actually the brains behind that. And I want to send a massive shout out to the Wine and Bottle. We're in Nyeri today. We are at the Wine and Bottle in Nyeri. And as you guys know, they're in Kileleshwa, they're in Parklands, they're in Westlands. And today we are at Nyeri's branch. So if you need brunch, you need to come and hang out, you need good lunch, good food, they have got you, and they have good aesthetics. So if you need to take some videos, some photos, they have like, the place is aesthetically pleasing, all right? All right, and without wasting any more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet Likarion Wainaina.
I've never gotten such an introduction.
You think so?
Yes, I love it.
Oh, we love that for us. We love that for us.
Awesome.
Karibu sana.
Thanks so much.
Oh, you are a busy man.
I'm not complaining.
You're not complaining?
I take it. I take it.
Yeah, you're a busy man, but we love that you are busy because of the work you are doing, especially for the Kenyan films. We are so here for it. And I know there are some people who are watching you, they've watched your movies, they've interacted with them, but they don't know the man behind the movies. So kindly just reintroduce yourself just to our people one more time.
Hello, our people. My name is Likarion Wainaina. I'm a filmmaker. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya. And I just love film. That's
You
it.
love film.
I love film.
We love that.
Yeah.
Now, from theater to working behind this camera now.
Yeah.
So you're just being internationally recognized.
Wow.
You know, tell us about that because it takes a lot. You know, if you're just going to be, there are people who studied in theater and that's what they're still doing. But you've challenged yourself. You went from theater and now working on scripts and directing, and now we're global. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. I joined theater mainly because I wasn't able to afford to study film. Most people don't know I'm a high school dropout. I dropped out in Form 2 due to school fees. And so I was like, oh man, with film, you need to study, So I thought, okay, in theater, they didn't ask for my CV. And I was like, sir, I will do the theater thing. And I got in as an actor. And then I got my first role in a short film in a school called MOFOS, Mohammed Amin Foundation. I'm not sure if it's still there. And so I was looking at the crew working. I'm like, it wasn't from a place of boasting. I was like, I think I can do this.
I can definitely.
I'm seeing the way they're interacting, the way that I'm like, if I put myself to work, I can be able to do this. And so a few weeks after finishing that short film, went and shot my first film, and I've never stopped since then.
You just went and you're like, I'm going to do a movie.
Yeah, I just went. I was living in Rongai, so I just looked for my friends here and there. My sister was forced to do wardrobe. I didn't even know how to record sound, so we didn't even do a movie with sound. I went to a school. I think it's called ADMI. Went to the school. I'm like, is there anyone who's a cinematographer? Okay, anyone in Rongai? You're my cinematographer. Let's go. And that's how I just get crushed at school. I'm like, I need someone to record. We went and I got money from my Sunday school teacher. And he financed my first short film. And that's it. did it, and I was like, now that I've done one short film, I think it was like 5 minutes. I'm like, now I'm a filmmaker.
Now I'm a filmmaker.
Now I can call myself a filmmaker,
Yes.
and I started introducing myself to people as a filmmaker.
So you'll meet someone and be like, okay, because we do that a lot when we meet new people.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, my name is Likarion. So what do you do? That question always comes up. So you're like, I'm a filmmaker.
You're only a filmmaker if you make a film. It doesn't matter if it's good. The fact that I've made one, I can call myself that.
Do you even remember the theme of that first film we're talking
Theme,
about?
I didn't even know about theme. Me, I was just like, in a movie, Kali. That's about someone
Naina sound.
cheating. Naina sound. I put rock music. There was like, there like some rock, like Creed, Lifehouse. I'm like, me, I just know I want to tell a story. I don't know about structure. I don't know about theme. I just know it's a story about someone cheating and I want to tell it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
So who saw the movie?
No one. I didn't even put it on YouTube. Back then we didn't even have YouTube.
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted to cross that bridge because it was always my dream to make films since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then when I dropped out, I was like, I thought that dream was going. So I thought if I can just do one short film, I will have achieved my film. So right now when I'm trying to do a film, you have to think about demographics and distribution. And back then I was just like, I just want to do a film. And to date, it's still my favorite film of all time.
Oh, wow.
Mainly because of what it made me feel. I wasn't thinking about how to predict what the audience would like. It was just like, me na point to camera.
And it's go time.
Act. Cool. I love it. Cheers.
So what was your role? Because you're clearly not the guy behind the camera.
Yeah.
You're not in charge of the sound. So what were we doing?
I wrote the story and then I directed it. And then I also edited it. I didn't know how to edit, so I had to take a job editing, learning how to edit these movies, the Kikuyu films, Mashangi.
Yeah,
Those are
the guys who paint the face
Yes,
and wear,
I was the intern editor for this one. I was working in River Road, Ukochini.
Yeah.
And so that's how I learned filmmaking. So someone came and said, if you come intern with us and learn editing, you can be able to edit your own film.
Oh, nice.
So I was editing those videos and I started editing weddings. Before I knew it, I'm shooting weddings. Then I'm doing photography for weddings. Then that led me to become a cinematographer as well.
Oh man, it's a whole journey, and that is the part people never know.
Yeah.
People just see now when you produce one movie and it's successful, we see Supa Modo and we're like, he just came out of nowhere, and now you know.
Yeah, people don't see the journey,
Yeah.
and my mom taught me never look like the problems you've been through. So you always have to present yourself like everything is okay. When I go home, you're gonna do chapo tu na mayai if I'm lucky. Na yun nafaa kunisukuma like 3-4 days, and then the following day you show up and be like, I'm a filmmaker.
Yeah.
I have to show. I don't want no one wants to be associated with problems.
Yes.
I don't want to look like problems.
Yes.
It does work in my favor sometimes. Sometimes it works against me when people think, huyu ako sawa. He doesn't need work. I'm like, I am so desperate for work. You guys have no idea. But that's been the interesting journey. People only see the success.
People only see the success.
They don't see the tears.
Yeah, true. All right, so let's talk about your growing up. You spoke about the fact that you wanted to be a filmmaker since you were young. So tell me about the environment, you grew up in, and what drew you to that? Like, were you watching movies a lot as a kid, or did you see an actor who you aspired to be like? What brought that, what gave you that drive? Yeah.
It was my dad. My dad really pushed for us to watch films. And his thinking was, you can learn about cultures from film. So one of the first films he ever brought in our house was Friday the 13th. And I watched it when I was like 3 years old. He was already playing horror movies like Friday the 13th. James Bond, Moonraker was one of the first films I watched. My dad really, and then I took out nafungiwa TV. For us, back then the TV was locked in the cupboard.
Yes.
We were known in our estate like, these guys, the TV is always on. So my dad was like, you need to keep watching and understanding other cultures as much as possible.
Oh, that's actually.
And so we used to have movie nights every Friday. And so that desire of being surrounded with film has always been part of it. And then when I grew up a bit, when I was like 9, we used to live in a place called Ayani. And I used to school in Kibera, Apo, Shadrakimale.
Yes.
And there was that Watoto Kaeni Chini cinema. That was me every Saturday. I used to save lunch money. Saturday, asubuhi, my mom is not seeing me. Jioni na
Unatandikwa.
I'm like, we'll do it all over again,
do it
from
again
Monday.
next
From Monday, I'm saving. So I was always surrounded by film.
Yeah.
Even in high school, luckily I had a group of friends who also were excited about film. And so I'd write scripts and say, I'm going to cast you in this. Yeah, women do sour. I'd never make them.
Yeah.
But the idea of always being encouraged with people around me who never put me down really pushed the desire for film and kept it alive. There was no one to say, your dreams are too big.
Oh, so the moment you will talk about what you want to do, they'll be like, I'm going to cast you. And they'll be like, yes, we can't wait to
exactly.
be...
That environment really helped me. And even when I dropped out of high school and joined theater, the people I surrounded myself with, who we ended up all starting a business together, Brian Monene, Bruce Macau, we were theater actors. We would always talk about one day we're going to make films. One day we're going to make films. And they would never say, man, it's too expensive. We're like, yes, we will.
Yeah.
And it's really important to be surrounded by people who believe in the vision, or at least are hopeful that it will work out.
Yeah.
Not to surround yourself with people who... And then they always wrap it around calling themselves realists. But as an artist, you have to have a form of delusion if you're going to make it. You have to be deluded that I will make it.
I think so.
That is the only way I feel
so.
you
You need to see yourself as so-and-so, that person who has already made it.
Exactly. Even zile nani rent imeshindwa kulipa, I'm still rehearsing my Oscar speech. And I'm like asking my friend, if I win the Oscar, do you think this is a bit too arrogant? They're like, yeah. No, change that to, we're still being deluded that one day it will work out.
And of course it will, because I was told like success, it starts with you.
Yeah.
Like you have to see yourself there before it actually happens, right?
100%.
So I feel like it's a step in the right direction.
100%.
And you mentioned like you were watching movies and your dad will insist that you need to interact with other cultures. Because Kenyans, a lot of Kenyans, I don't feel like because of the backgrounds we come from, we're not very well traveled. So you don't have the money to go around the world, you know, traveling and seeing how other people... And I feel like that is the conversation that is happening right now in Kenya, because some guys are like, when we make Kenyan films, can we put in mind our culture? Like, how do we live as Kenyans? So that when other people watch our films, they know that we're not borrowing their culture. We're just, you know... Is that something that you think about when you are making your movies?
I won't lie, not originally.
Yeah.
For me, I was just doing my thing until I met a filmmaker, an American filmmaker. And they were filming here in Kenya. They were filming a show called Sense8.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes, and Lana Wachowski, she's the one who did The Matrix.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to work with her. And we were driving around community as we were heading to set, and she saw a lady with purple hair. And for me as a Kenyan, the instinct was to laugh at her. And she asked, why are you laughing? I'm like, because it's a funny thing. You're like, but it's so beautiful if you think about it like this. And she proceeded to give me a lecture on how we take so much for granted because it's around us. You're supposed to look at your world like a tourist would. That's the only way you can really appreciate what is around you and know what to highlight. Like matatus are a common thing to us.
Yes.
But when someone comes from abroad and sees nganyas and stuff, for them they're blown away. But for us it's like, I mean I hustle too, I just want to. So as of that one meeting changed my entire perspective, and I tried to start thinking of my world as a tourist would. Like, what are the things that I take for granted? Mama Mboga downstairs, is that something that I can highlight? Yeah, that doesn't happen often in other cultures. The ability to code switch, where I'm talking English, then I'm switching to Kiswahili, then kidogo kidogo nimeomba sijui from this one.
Yeah, and then you mix them together.
Exactly.
And they make a whole language that only you and the other Kenyans understand.
Exactly, and that's something that we don't highlight on. And even if we highlight, we don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
We need to start putting spotlights on that so that people, whoever watches it, Kenyans can understand, and someone global will be like, I want to know more.
I want to know more.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy, even when you're pushing the Kenyan narrative, when you go to the ghetto, that's when we talk about sheng. But there's different kinds of shengs. There's also the middle class who have their own type of talking.
Yep.
They don't do 100% English. And they mix. It's English, Swahili.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, you my guy. You know, you my guy, me, I'm kujaing and all that. It's also Kenyan.
Yes.
I don't think other people do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we just focus on sheng and we forget there's also another group of
nuances.
Yes,
Plenty of them.
100%.
Yeah.
And you are a self-taught.
Yeah.
movie director, when someone thinks Likarion, they think self-taught. What does that really mean to, someone just watching? How would you describe self-taught? You've told us about like you just wanted to make film. You were a dropout.
Yeah.
People go through a lot.
Yes.
Many years of school to be able to do what you're doing right now. So for someone who want to do, maybe it might not work out the same way as it worked out for you, but what does that look like?
Yeah. For me, so the lack of education forced me to apply myself. I feel like if I had studied film, my journey would have been shorter.
Oh.
Because, with school, you're given Mwakenya. It's like Mwakenya for the industry.
Yes.
Now, because I didn't have access to that, and then even the generation I grew up in, to the generation of cyber cafe, we didn't have access to the internet ovyo.
Yeah.
And so I had to go the long route, which was volunteer on sets. I have interned. I always joke that I've volunteered and interned and worked in almost every single department there is. I remember the year was 2009. I said this whole year I'm going to learn. So I volunteered in makeup departments, just so that I can understand how they work. I worked as a boom operator for a TV show. Let me tell you, I have mad respect for boom operators. They take a hold of the mic. A whole season, even a jasho. I'm like, no. But I understood that language is sound. So I volunteered in every department, mainly because I wanted to know how each department works, so that as a director, I'm not clueless. People think directing is just directing. You learn. You have to know every single department because you're the HOD of every department.
Yeah.
And so that became my journey. Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And those are things we don't actually talk about. Because I saw someone say this. You see, when you leave high school, Bien even sang about this. Because I'm an A student working for the B student who's working for the C student, right? Because it was in this perspective, like, thank you. It was in a way that when you leave high school, he knows he's not going to go to campus. He's like, even college, that's a long shot. So probably I have to start thinking about my life right now. Yeah. So that life they had, the time they have, they invested in making their life better. Women that come home, and then you go for internship, then you start tamaking. That's like maybe even 10 years, give or take, before you're like stable.
Yeah.
Then they've had 10 years to make themselves better.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's literally almost the same thing you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like you will know how to now push it. I don't have the resources to go to campus.
Yep.
So what am I going to do?
I'm gonna have to push myself further. I don't have a rich uncle somewhere. Nini sina internship after viwapi. Mimi tu ni kujipush. And yeah, you're right, because it forces you, Sante. It forces you to think beyond the options that are there.
Yeah.
For everyone else, you're like, okay, I don't have this, I don't have this.
Yeah.
But if I go through this, it'll be longer. But eventually, naona tu barabara bado inaenda.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. And I want to talk about screenwriting. Actually harder than it looks. I tried to write I had like a couple of ideas. I tried to write a script one time, script writing. And I feel like I'll think like, and then I'll be like, oh, they're leaving the lift. And then I'll immediately think like, wait, which building do I know that has a lift? Will they give me access?
Oh, you said we think like expenses.
Yes. And I was like, I don't think this is for me.
Yes.
Because of the thing that whatever is in my mind. If now I think about it now in a movie, I think like, if I hire a car and you have to go all the way to Nakuru and you're like 100 people, how am I going to, So tell me about that. How does that work for you? Because me, I'm thinking logistics. I'm writing at the same time. I'm just like, oh, this is impossible. Who am I going, Tell me about that.
How I was taught scriptwriting, and one of the rules in our company is there's always a Hollywood dream and then the practical dream.
Yeah.
And so if you start thinking in terms of, I don't have this, you will never finish a script. So our rule is, even if you are pitching an idea, pitch the craziest thing. Even if you want an airplane blowing up or scene one is at an airport, you just pitch, write it down, let's just first get it down. Like, because then at the end of the day, when we are thinking in terms of what we can't afford, it's always about what was the intention of the scene.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, untaka this scene to take place at the airport. Why? Or just to show eloquence. Okay, what if we moved it to a mall? Is the context still there? It's like, oh yeah, a mall is cheaper than the airport. So already expenses imeenda chini. And so that's how we think about in terms of first dream. Don't limit the dream first. Then from there, what are the alternatives? What is the intent behind whatever you want? Okay, you're insisting on an explosion. Why? What is the intent behind it? It's like, oh, just so that the audience can feel wow. Does that push the story forward?
No.
It's just for the audience wow.
Yeah.
Then you can live without it.
Yeah.
And so we start breaking it down only after we have the script there. You have to, even for Anam, first we finish the script. Then I'm like, okay, I can't afford these graphics. Can't afford this. I can't afford that. So if I remove these 3 things, does the story still work?
Yeah.
Cool. And then we move on from there.
Yeah.
Yes, rather than saying, now I want this ghost to move through the wall and I don't even know how to do it. I'm like, first, let me just write it down and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. I love that. So I feel like maybe as Kenyan filmmakers, what's holding us back is the resources to
100%.
do the
100%. People don't realize that there are so many talented filmmakers to Mekalia Mawe. And even for Anam, people don't know, but this is the first grant I have gotten to make a film, and I've been in the industry for 15 years. This is the first time I've gotten a grant. It's taken me 15 years to get a grant. In between, it's me trying. And there are so many filmmakers who started before me even, who have not been able to get the chances and the resources to do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time also, I'm like, we are in such a different world than when we started. Right now, people are shooting movies with their phones. And what Anam has proven to me is that audiences are more forgiving if there is an intent behind the film. People are like, okay, you have to save up for that big, high, expensive camera. And yes, I saved up for that, or I used part of the grant for that. But I'm like, every conversation people are having, it's more of story. And so it's that balance of, okay, the resources that I have, are they enough for me to push my story? But at the base level, do I have an interesting story that deserves resources? That's the first thing I think we need to start working on.
Right.
Yeah.
And someone said you were shy when you first started, and filmmaking was like a way to express yourself.
Yeah. A lot of people are gonna watch this and laugh, but I'm a shy person.
No way.
I can only hear the laughter.
We cannot tell.
I'm such an introvert. Like, I had to create a persona as a director to open up. Mainly because when I dropped out, man, I had all my peers were in school. So half the time, me, I'm spending months on end by myself. In the middle of Rongai hata ikuwa developed by then.
Yeah.
And so I've always been closed off. And so I joined theater. And the day that really opened up my eyes to this is the industry that's going to open me up is when my first theater play, we were doing traveling theater, set books. And so we're doing a quick change.
Yeah.
And so this lady comes backstage, chucks her clothes, she's changing for the next costume.
Yeah.
So me, I'm like, so I close my eyes. And she's like, Likarion, what are you doing? I'm like, see, you change fast. Like, we don't have time. Stop this nonsense, change. So even me, I'm removing my clothes, I have to change to go. Then I got on stage, I'm like, I think I want to know more about the world that allows someone to be this confident with their space and their body and everything.
Yeah.
And I did several months of traveling theater, and that's what really loosened me up to, one, interacting with my fellow cast members who are all strangers to me at first, and then interacting with the audience. Because every play, you have that one-on-one with the audience, which is what I've also tried to do with Anam, where at the end of each screening, at least you can find me outside. And so that really helped me loosen up. But still, I'm still a very much closed off someone. I have bouts of energy, and in this energy, people think, this guy is loud. I leave my house wanting to go back to my house.
You're like, people.
Yes,
yes. You know, but then it's the life you chose.
It's a life I chose, and it also has its own fulfillment to it.
Definitely.
To talk with an audience member who says, I watched your film and I got this.
Yeah.
Or even someone saying, I watched your film and I didn't like this.
Yeah.
Both of those interactions make me better as one, a human being, and two, as an artist. Because I'm interacting with the people who are interacting with my art. And so it's something I push myself every day, and without complaining, like, I'm grateful for the experience, but I still take a lot of time to power down and just center myself before I push. Yeah.
Oh, great. And you have a production company.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's talk about that. Kibanda.
Kibanda Pictures.
Yes, Kibanda Pictures.
Yes.
Kitambo, 2013.
2012.
2012.
Yes.
Yeah, since you came into the industry now. Tell us about that. Tell us about the reason behind you founding Kibanda Pictures and how the journey has been and what it looks like now in 2026 compared to when you first founded it. Yeah.
So Kibanda Pictures first started when myself and Brian Monene, we were in theater together, traveling theater. And after we started going for auditions to look for roles, and Brian went to, we counted, he had gone to about 90 or so auditions. I went for like 70 auditions and we weren't getting roles. At one point we were even, the closest I got to a role was Tahidi High. It's Tahidi High, and so we sat down with Brian one day. We were like, over a period of 2-3 years, we've only gotten like 3 or 4 roles. And the roles we got were not as fulfilling as the ones we got in theater. Because we were still doing theater. We were in a theater group called Phoenix Players. And so Brian and I decided, you know what, let's start making movies, get better at them. And then one day we cast ourselves. And then now we'll have a space for us to act in our own movies. And act in roles that we want. And so that's how we started. So Brian and I teamed up and started making short films. And then we met Bruce Macau, who was also a theater person. And we were in the same theater group, Phoenix Players. And he's like, oh, you guys are making movies? You're like, yeah, so we're filmmakers. He's like, I have equipment. Done. I'm like, I have a computer you can edit with. I'm like, kidogo, we're all living together in one house. Let's just save expenses.
With a dream.
With a dream.
Yes.
And then so we started doing a lot of short films, but putting them on our, on our laptops. There was a guy who used to call us, actually he was one of our customers, used to call us a Powerpuff Boy. All 3 together, making movies, and put them in our laptop. And then the MD at the time, one of the directors of Phoenix Players, she's called Millicent Ogutu.
Yeah.
She's like, you young men, you are always talking film, making films, but you're not paying bills. I'm like, yeah, we're not. You know the show, but you don't know the business. I will bring the business. That's when you're like, okay, cool. So we teamed up, all 4 of us. We're like, now we have someone to give us structure, to give us admin, because she's a lawyer.
Yeah.
So admin, structure, everything. The 3 of us, we can dream. And she's also a theater director as well and an actress. So we started making films and we're like, okay, as we're making films, because we can't just survive off this, there's a certain level of independence. So you're allowed, go work, then whatever money you make, let's save up together and make a short film. So that became our structure. So I'm allowed to work in other people's projects, other productions. Then I call, I'm like, hey, Brian, I have like a 5K. What can you do? Brian is like, oh, me, I have like a 2K. Bruce is like, I have a 2K.
Oh, wow.
Let's meet, let's make a short film.
Yeah.
We make a short film, cool, put it online, cheers, we depart again. Go look for
and
money.
We stay together, and so we're also saving money.
Exactly. So then we started doing stuff, and then little by little, we started doing bigger projects together. We did a TV show called County 49. That was our first TV show, which was for Showmax, which gave birth to now Subterranea, which was Kenya's, I think, East Africa's first sci-fi series. And so it's really been an interesting journey, because as Kibanda Pictures, we don't want to do the norm. And we don't want to be known as doing kawaida things, because we want to make things that we want to watch. And we love sci-fi, we love drama, horror, we love all those kind of
the genres. Yeah, that come in.
And so Kibanda is a home of experimentation. So for the other kawaida projects, we'll do with other people, but for Kibanda, we want to do something different as well.
And how is your relationship with with the other guys, Kina Brian now?
It's interesting because each of us have our own journey, but we also all have a universal goal. And so we are very different, all 4 of us. And so it's always we play the rotation, where I know what Milo, she called Milo Millicent Ogut, I know the kind of projects she wants to do. I know what kind of projects Brian wants to do. And so we all go, it's like zero grazing. It's like tuna grazy area for a while, which is what building.
You guys still shop for one another?
Yeah. So
nice.
because we're in the same company. So Brian and Milo had their project She Gets Me, which is a romantic film, premiered in Feb this year. And so that was their project. I'm like, okay, how are we helping?
Yeah.
Because these are the kind of, because I know Milo and Brian, Sana Milo doesn't like horrors and thrillers.
Me and her boy.
Exactly. So she's like, because I can't be there for you fully.
Yeah.
So let me be here for you for your film. Ikiisha, then we zero grace to this area. Now we're doing Anam. Next time it's Bruce.
Yeah.
What's the idea you want? Bruce likes faith-based films. I'm like, okay, cool. So that's how we do it. So we always just...
We love that. So everybody has their own niche.
Yes.
But you are family.
Exactly.
Absolutely love that. And Kibanda Pictures. Tell us, where was the name born from? Because for non-Swahili speakers, Kibanda is literally just a shack.
It's a shack.
Where like some vendors, you can sell different things, like from food and like, you know, just, they're usually on there by the roadside.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us about that.
The name behind Kibanda was that local shop downstairs where you can get anything.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh,
the cash shop. Yeah, the cash shop downstairs where if I want to go look for this, if I want ngano, if I want nani, dapata. And so our production house is a local shop for interesting things.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Bates.
Yeah.
It got to Cannes.
Yeah.
How?
Yo, umenipeleka mbali.
I know, right? Because
Bait.
yeah.
Bait was part of a festival called the 48-Hour Film Festival. And how the 48-Hour Film Festival is you show up on like a Friday evening, 7:30. You are given a random genre, you're given a random character and a random line and a random prop that needs to be in the film. Then you have to show up on Sunday, 48 hours later. It's exactly 7:30. You come with a finished film. So it's called
They give you like the manpower.
Manpower gani? Ni wewe umepewa tu props na nini jipange. If all you can afford is just the table, go film with the table, and us we just want you to work with the resources that you have. So Bait was that. Bait was I don't know which year, I forgot which year it was. I think 2015 if I'm not wrong. And so yeah, we just made it. There was some equipment we had borrowed from a previous shoot that I refused to return. I'm like, naleta lens. We did it, and then we were top of Nairobi. We won the Nairobi edition because it's in different cities.
Yeah.
Then we went to Atlanta to compete with now the 48-Hour Film Festival from other countries around the world. There were 168 different countries. And from that,
that's a lot.
It was a lot of pressure. And so after that, we were in the top 15. And so all the top 15 films were like, now we're going to Cannes to present it.
Yeah.
And so the interesting thing about that is when one of the judges from the 48-Hour Film Festival in Nairobi happened to be Sarika. Sarika was the producer of Nairobi Half-Life.
Yeah.
And at the time, Something Necessary and Veve and Katikati. And so she watched the film and she asked the organizer, the guy who did Bait, he's going to make my next movie. So they called me up and they were like, we want to make a movie with you. And that's how they made Supa Modo. It came from that one short film.
Look at that. Like, so one film opens the door for this film, which opens the door for
the next one and the next one. It's just,
and that actually just brought us to our next question because Supa Modo.
Yeah.
How many awards did you guys win?
With all humility,
Yeah.
I've lost track.
Because
Last time was, I think we were last I stopped counting was 72. But the ones that we can account on IMDb are about 45, but they are about 70 awards.
imagine making a movie and winning 75 awards. And bro, what do you even mean?
Shock.
Like, did that shock you as much as it's shocking us?
100%. Like for me, I just sinking to date. You know, for when, at least as me as an artist, when you're going into making a project, I'm not thinking about, oh, it's gonna win this and this and this. I was just worried that if audiences will like it or not.
Yeah.
That's the biggest worry I have.
So when you're making films, you're not thinking about that. You're just like, the people gonna, the consumers. It's all about the
consumers. Me, I just want, because at the end of the day, the consumers are the ones who are the driving force. Critics come with their own objectives and requirements and etc. But a typical audience member is the one who's willing to sit down and pay. And they are your biggest marketer.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I'm making a film, I'm like, this is my perspective of the world. Will someone else see it with me? And what I always say is, if I can just get one other person to like this film,
then we're good.
If a million people say yes to it, even better. But if I can just get one person who understands what I was trying to do,
I love it.
And audiences are really more forgiving, to be honest, as long as they connect with it. And so when I was making Supa Modo, I wasn't thinking about that. In fact, at one point, I think midway through the shoot, I called my key crew members, Silas, Ian, Enos, and we just sat down and we're like, guys, vile kunaenda, I don't think this film is going to be a hit because it's so rural. Because we were all worried that it's a ushago kind of film.
No, but that's what we loved about it.
At the time, as we were thinking in terms of, okay, maybe this film is going to come off cheap. So I told them, how about we just have fun?
Yeah.
Now that we know, we're not trying to chase after big numbers and figures and awards.
Let's have fun with
just
it.
have fun making the film. And we went. We just did what we felt was right for the story. Everyone gave their heart and soul. We finished the film and that's it, done.
Man, if you haven't watched Supa Modo, you need to. Is it still available on Netflix?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, it's on
It's on YouTube.
Even better. It's on YouTube. Supa, though it's written S-U-P-A.
Yes.
M-O-D-O.
Yes,
Supa Modo, which is basically just a superhuman, super person.
super person, yeah.
You know, like Spider-Man, you know, Superman and all that. Literally just that. And it is, bro, I loved it so much. I watched it twice.
Oh, wow. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Because, and you submitted it for the Oscars.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Kenya's submission for the 91st Oscars. Yeah.
So we didn't win.
Yeah.
But what did that tell you? You know, making a movie that Kenya saw it was right, you know, it can represent us internationally.
I was extremely shocked. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Because at that same year, there was another film that was in contention as well. It's called Rafiki, another lovely film that I love personally. And we didn't think we were going to be chosen. And then when it was announced, we were waiting. We thought it was a prank. We're like, let's just give it a while.
And you don't celebrate.
We didn't celebrate. We're like, let's give it time. And then when it was announced, we were like, okay, this is a reality.
Yeah.
And now we have to figure out how people in Hollywood can watch the film. And so we started a fundraising campaign, managed to raise some funds, were able to share the film abroad. And yeah, it was an interesting journey. Learned so much about the business of film because people don't realize how much business there is more than the shows. It's called show business.
Yeah.
The business is
business is
business is real. Business is real. You know, acting only coming with that dreaming, artistry, but there's another side to it that people don't know.
Yeah.
And you have to know the business if you're gonna make it.
If you're gonna survive,
Exactly.
you have to know the business.
And the business costs
yeah.
money. And
yeah.
we were like, do we want to pour every single shilling here, or do we want to save these shillings and try and do something else? And we opted for let's try to do something else.
Right. So tell me, like when you are just trying to become a filmmaker. So at what point do we stop feeling like we're trying to become that filmmaker to now, I am a filmmaker. At what part of your journey did you now, when you made your first film, you're like, I'm a filmmaker, but at the same time, you're still, So at what point do we now feel like, oh, you know what, I can confidently say I'm a filmmaker?
Never. For me, a journey hits.
Yeah.
Back as I
Yeah.
journey hit that, people, for me, I'm just trying to do my thing and express myself. I've rarely slowed down to be like, mani movie mocho na watu wengi. I'm like, yes, I'm already worried about, did they get this? Did they understand this? I'm worried about the next one. I'm like, I still have so many stories to tell.
Yeah.
I've never truly, and a lot of artists don't really slow down enough to appreciate that. And that's why I think that's where awards come in, where you go for like a Kalasha or a Riverwood, when it was there, to sort of sit down and be like, try and take account. But I've never gotten that. To date, bado.
Is a kuhini.
I'm still pressure. Me go about pressure zangu because I'm always very overly critical about my work. People criticize my films, but I'm like, no one can criticize it more than me because I see things you guys. I'm like, why did I allow her to blink twice? Why? I couldn't just tell her to just turn her head to the right just a little bit, then the light just hits her perfectly. Why did I allow this? And I'm because I'm always chasing after perfection, even though I know I will never get perfect.
I feel like I can relate. I have a friend who's he's a director actually as well, but for TV now, and he knows like camera angles and stuff. I hate watching movies with him because you go to him and he's like he's looking at shots.
Yes.
I'm just trying to watch a movie. He's like, oh, these are moving shots. Look at how perfectly it just comes in it.
Yeah.
He's like, la 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 la. Why didn't they just pan right on this one? Like it. I'm like, bro,
it's curse. It's a curse. The moment you become a filmmaker, whatever role you're doing, whether it's film, even within the filmmaking angle, if whichever department you're in, kushaingia, that's it. It screws up your perspective of everything, and rarely do you end up being an audience member. Like right now, this is our second week of Anam's week. I haven't watched the film yet.
Oh.
I haven't watched it. As an audience member, I've watched it in edit, but just sitting down and enjoying.
Are you going to watch the movie?
It took me 9 months to watch Supa Modo.
What?
9 months. And I've been touring with it. I've never really just...
So when you go to the premiere, when people are watching the movie...
Me, I'm outside.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm outside. I can't say they panic. It's like, oh, they didn't laugh where I needed them to laugh. They didn't cry when I needed them to cry. I can't survive that. Because half the time you're looking at the audience rather than the screen. I'm like, no. So I'm waiting for the day when maybe I can get the cinema to myself. Maybe. But even then, I don't think I'm ready.
Oh, wow.
I'm not ready yet.
I feel like that's a good place to be at. Because I feel like the moment you have, like, you know, then I feel like maybe you will relax. Maybe.
Yeah, but you see, I also need that. I need that. I need to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Like with Supa Modo, it took me a while to say the film is done. Wrapped it up. Put it on the cupboard. I want to move on.
Yeah.
But also there's a fear that if I do that, I'm not honoring all the work that went into it. There's that fear of, sasa imeisha. No. Let me just hold on to it a little bit.
Wow.
And so as an audience member, I'm cast to really enjoy films as an audience member. And that's why I really like trashy films. I like slasher films from the 1990s. I know what you did last summer. I love them because those are the films I grew up with. So when I watch them, I feel like an audience member.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario, me and animations. Like this, mainly because I don't have to think about angles. Rarely do I think about angles and those like Family Guy, American Dad. Those are the things I watch to just
to unwind.
Finally, yes.
And we love some animation. I love animation as well. Now, your stories are different. You have a lot of human interest stories. You know, like tell me, is that intentional? Because if we talk about Supa Modo, we're talking about poverty sort of, and they are talking about illness, you know. We're looking at Anam's work, we're dealing with grief and all this, and it's all the stories that have to do with people and like the family unit and all that.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Mi sijui. It's people are telling me. Nyinyi ndio mnaniambia because I'm not. I'm a strong believer of you can't approach art from the outside looking in. You have to be from the inside looking out. So I'm not going, oh, you know, my style is human interest, so I can only do human interest. I don't want to lock myself. I want today, and that's what we were discussing with my producer, Shiro. I'm like, just because I've done Anam's Wake, must the next film be Anam's Wake adjacent? Because I want to just wake up one day and be like, this is a film I want to make. Yeah. If it's a drama, I'll do a drama. If it's a sci-fi, I'll do a sci-fi.
So you don't want to box shit.
I don't want to go from the outside and be like, Likarion style.
Yeah.
So even when I was writing Anam, I took no consideration of Supa Modo. I did not take any consideration to what I did in Supa Modo. Like, because I did it in Supa Modo, I can't do it here. I don't want to think like that. I just want to be like, this is Anam, this is a story I want to tell, this is her journey, whether it's similar to something else or whether people say, oh, you've done that before, I don't care. I want to honor the story as is. Yeah. That's how I go approach every single idea I come up with.
Oh, I actually love that. I think that gives you the freedom to express yourself as an artist.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely. But for us, we see that way. We see like, oh, this and that. Okay, maybe it's just me.
No, my friends always. Yeah. My friends have studied my style to the point where even when I'm doing TV, they're like, that's your scene, yeah? I'm like, you tell me. I don't know. For me, I'm like, I just did my thing. They can tell this is your style. Yeah. And I feel like that's more freeing than me knowing my style and trying to stick to it.
Yeah.
I'm just, mi nafanya tu kenye nataka.
And how different are they? How do you approach, you know, when you're doing TV and when you're doing feature films to when you're doing now like the real movies? Do you approach them differently?
100%, because each of them has their own goals. For TV is owned by the producer. So I can't come in and say, as Likarion, I feel like I'm going to put the camera like this and this and this. And the producer will be like, according to me, who owns the film, the TV, this is how I want it. So TV has its own rules. Films that are commissioned have their own rules.
Yeah.
It's always whoever pays for the film owns the vision.
Yeah.
But that's why I love films like Anam's Wake. And even Supa Modo, where I was like, I can do what I want. And those ones are always the best because then I'm not holding back. So my approach is different, where I can control. I'm always fighting for more creative control, where I'm like, this is how the world should be. And there's no one to tell me no or put this way. And the person who's there to do that, let's say my producer, like Shiro, is not there to be a stumbling block. They're there to be like, I see what you're trying to do. Could we go this way? Or what if our money we can't afford to do that? Are you okay with going this way? There's more collaboration, I feel, in film than in TV.
Yeah.
And each of them has their own expressions because I feel like in TV, my joy is it's someone else's world that I'm trying to work on. That also excites me. I remember coming into Crime and Justice, coming in mid-season.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this is such a wonderful world. How do I build on it and not strip it down to what Likarion wants? So that's the approach you have when it comes to TV. Even with Sugar, it's like, guys, this is the world. I'm like, oh, that is the world. So I have to step into it.
Yeah.
And that's the joy I get with TV. TV is fun in that angle.
Yeah.
Film is stressing because now it's from I'm inside looking out. I have to generate everything. But someone is asking me, what do you think of this, the color of this cup? I'm like, Connie, in this world of yours, how do cups look like? It's like, Karen, it's your world. You tell us. I'm like, I have to think of everything.
Yeah.
And so each of them has their own.
They're different. Yeah. I love that. All right. Let's talk about Anam's work. And I'm so loving that we're having this discussion right now because we're at a time in Kenya where everybody has an opinion, you know? And we have a surge in film critics currently. And I've been online a lot. I've been on socials and people went to the premiere and it's the movie is still in theaters and people are still watching and I've seen a lot of reviews.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, a lot of people have many good things to say about Anam's work. But before we talk about the critics, let's talk about the film now, Anam's work. You are the scriptwriter. You are also the director.
Yeah.
So tell us about the vision, where the whole concept for Anam's work came from.
So the idea came in 2024 when I buried 5 people in like 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And some of them were really close friends, family. Some of them are friends of friends. And how I process grief is I go numb. I don't know how to process. It will hit me later. And so I was like, hey, this numbness, I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to attend so many matangas. I remember attending one of my friends' matangas and I'm looking at his photo at the front. I'm like, I feel something, but I feel like it's not everything I'm feeling. And I felt very guilty about that because I'm like, I wanna feel with everyone else, but I'm not there yet. And I don't know mbona naharakishwa. Sijui mbona naharakishwa ku feel what I'm feeling. And then at the same time, I had head surgery. And my doc was like, it's not a serious surgery, but it's also serious. So just in case, just write down what should happen to you after. Like write down a small kawil. And I wrote it on my email and a draft. And I gave my friend has my password. So I'm like, in case I don't make it, just go to my email, you'll see. And the act of just writing that's what scared me. Because I'm like, I hadn't really thought about what should happen to me. And also thinking about the people who are left behind. That also had me asking questions. And so I decided I want to write that into a film. And so Anam was actually 2 films. So I was writing a film about grief, which was Anam. And it was Anam as a professional mourner. And she thinks she saw something at a wake. And then I was writing another film, which was called Kifo Sukari, which is about death as an accountant.
Yeah.
Both of those films fell apart at like page 40. I need about 90 pages on average. Both of them, page 40, I'm like, I don't know where to take these stories.
Yeah.
And so I decided, oh wait, I have an interesting character here. Anam, and then I have an interesting character here called Death. If I put those two in one room, what would happen? And they ask themselves questions. I was like, that's the idea.
You merged them.
There are two films into one.
So
Merge them.
Kifosukari, even though
Kifosukari, because and there are remnants of each, because Kifosukari was about death, going to a wealthy family's home to weigh the soul.
Yeah.
So both of them just fit together perfectly, because one was death, one was grief. They both had questions about each other and each other's place, and so it fit perfectly. And then 8 drafts later, that's when Anam's work was complete.
And when you talk about Anam's work, we're talking about a professional mourner. And I feel like that is subject a lot of people haven't talked about. People don't talk about death a lot. People don't like, but you went there.
Yeah.
And went all in.
Yes.
Right, so let's talk about professional mourning.
Yeah.
Because I remember talking to you before and you're like, it's actually a thing that happens.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I think people genuinely are mourning. Like, I did not know there are some people who actually get paid to come and like cause the drama, the ones that fall and and they lift their legs out. And I always thought it was weird because people who like cry the most and do all that, like they'll do that for like 5-10 minutes, and then after that, when I look at jikoni, and then they're like, "Mepika nini?" You know? I'm like, bro, you were literally, you know. And that when you spoke about it, then I was like, actually, now I see it.
Sense,
it's actually acting because there's no way you broke down. Your whole life just came to a standstill. How can you eat? Because I know, like, if you're really into it, there's no way you can eat. I lost my brother 4 months ago. I couldn't eat for a long time, and then I got to a point where now just all I could do is eat because now I wanted comfort. So it's like a thing that is weird. So I'm like, you come and you're crying more than me. How are you eating?
Yes.
It's
a weird profession, very, very weird profession. But also when I was doing my research, because in Anam's work, we haven't even tapped into 10% of what happens in those things. Like if I was to tell you the things I've heard from my research, you'd be like, if I did those, people would say, this movie is not real.
It's not.
I've made up too much. And so we've only tapped into like 10%. But what people don't ask is, how did those people go home and sleep at night? Because yes, umesema wamemaliza job, wamelia, wameenda kuuliza chakula iko wapi nini. But I always believe they've carried something. They've carried something with them. And I always wondered, how do they deal with it? And so that was where I was like trying to form Anam's character and Anam's world. So like, what's the line between profession and emotion? And how do those two come together? And there's so much similarities we have between us and other cultures. So I was like, other African cultures, because how I discovered about the professional mourners, I always knew they existed, but I thought they were in small pockets. But I watched a documentary and it was in the Congolese. I'm like, this happens in the Congo. Went and started researching. I'm like, it also happens in Angola. It also happens in where? I'm like, even yesterday's screening, there's a Malawian who's like, this also happens in our... I'm like, okay.
It's an African thing.
It's an African thing. So this must come from somewhere. It cannot be coincidence that an entire continent, there are connections like that. And so, that's when we went deep into the professional mourning and us trying to decide what to keep, what not to keep. And that's how the whole concept of Anam came about.
I love that. And now, we don't want to give out too much because the movie is still in theaters currently. But how would you even when it comes to genres, how do you describe Anam's work? Is it a thriller? Is it a horror? How do you categorize it?
I don't know. We actually even did a pre-screening months and months ago. We called in people, we called in marketers, we called in distributors, we called in post-production people to come and tell us, how do we advertise this film? All of them gave us different answers. Someone was saying it's a horror, but I'm like, it's not a horror because I don't watch horror films. And someone else said fantasy. Someone else said mystery. Someone else said thriller. And we were like, we don't know how to market the film. So originally we were very, very worried. But I know for a fact it's not a horror. Or so I thought.
Not a horror.
Until yesterday, someone came and was like, I was watching a movie like this. I'm like, but there are no scary parts. There are no jump scares. Like,
I
no,
feel
no,
like-
no, to you, maybe. To you, maybe.
Maybe scary is
Relative.
yes.
And that's the beauty of a psychological thriller, a psychological horror,
Yeah.
is it's trying to create fear in the minds of someone, trying to create thrills through the mindset, not visually.
Yeah.
A typical thriller is just someone is about to be attacked. That's a thriller.
Yeah.
But if we can imagine what would happen to that person, gets to them, that's psychological thriller.
Yeah.
And so we settled with psychological thriller because we felt psychological thriller mystery is how I would sell it. But also fantasy, because we've created a world that isn't real. But also mystery. But also it's everything. Yeah, but I also want audiences to just decide when they watch it. Whatever you feel, if you say it's romance, sawa.
Yeah.
Me, as long as you've watched,
As long
and
as you
felt
watched the
something,
film and you liked it, that's all that matters.
That's all that
and you have
matters.
something to say about the film.
even if you didn't like it, as long as you watch the film and you drew up a conclusion,
Yeah. Then
it's
that's
a win
okay.
for me.
I love that. All right, so tell me about your approach. So Anam, in the story, are you addressing you? Is it you per se? Because Anam is helping everybody else, like deal with you. She's okay. How do I say this without like actually, you know? But okay, her role is to help others basically,
Yeah.
while she is also dealing with her own stuff that are unresolved.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you was this a way to let go, or is it something that happened to you? Were you there for other people while you are also struggling with your own grief?
It's a bit of, when you're writing a personal story, you're either writing from something I've experienced or who I am or who I want to be. So who I am when it comes to Anam is someone who's battling his grief. I'm battling his grief. And it's not just grief for I've lost someone, grieving my career, grieving my relationships, grieving, because I've tried to address that even in the film. You know, there's always a different form of grieving. But who I hope to be is represented by Anam being there for other people. Because when I go through my phase of being numb, I can't be there for other people. And so my dream and trying to write Anam was, I hope next time if I lose someone, I can be there for the other person who's there. Because when I go now, I'm nasikianga inatoka. I'm not even
You
here.
can't even concentrate.
But I wish I could find a way to comfort other people while I'm also battling my own grief. And so the film is two ways: who I am and who
and
I
who you
hope
wish to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And was the name intentional? Because you say Anam and then you are Nam at the same time.
Haya. Sikuwa nimefika. Yeah, yes. That was very, very intentional. It's a play on words. No. I picked Anam because Anam comes from water. The name Anam Nam is lake. And water is a theme in the film. There's a lot of water representation. Water is sort of like the gateway to spiritual realms in the film. So I picked Anam because of that. Yes.
All right. So tell me about now what do you want people to, after they watch the film?
Yeah.
What is the feeling you want them to stay with?
I just want them to live with questions. I want them to live with questions. Questions about, have they really addressed their grief? That is it. I'm not offering answers. As a filmmaker, it's not my job to offer answers. I don't think I'm smart enough to offer answers. And I've never claimed to be a smart filmmaker. All I have to do is raise questions. And then smarter people than me will reach those conclusions. And that's a feeling I want people to live with. Like, have I dealt with my grief? Have I let go? Am I feeling guilty of grieving someone who? Because when I was writing Anam, I realized I had grief from when my best friend, when I was like 14 or 15, I lost them.
That you
but I'm
hadn't dealt with.
I haven't dealt with this. I'm like,
yeah.
when I'm writing, why is that person in the back of my mind? And between then and now, I thought I was okay.
Yeah.
But when you're forced to address it, you realize that we've been suppressing a lot. Because our culture, we scatter around death. We scatter around grief. Like Mimi, my culture, Wainaina. If someone, when you lose someone, it's
Araka.
kind of, and it's very formulaic.
Yeah.
Okay, mtu ameenda, saa matanga ndio hii, raise, nene, mwaga
Masakaya,
mchanga,
2-3 days.
gone, and then unaambiwa, everything will be okay, tunakuombea, cheers.
And it's
like,
goodbye.
And so, I was like, there has to be more.
Yeah.
There has to be more to this. And I wish, and when I watched that Professional Mourners documentary, I was like, I know in my culture, Kikuyu, we don't do that. But if I die, I want that.
You're serious?
I want that because I'm like, maybe it will help people who have come for my own funeral to address something.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to live with numbness and go home. And if the professional mourners can help with that, by all means, even if it's not my culture, you bring them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love how like we are all Kenyans, but it's very many different backgrounds, you know. Like I feel like for the Western part, like the Luya, the Kisis, the Luos. Like I have a friend currently, he lost her sister.
Yeah.
And it's been a whole month. And she hasn't been buried yet. Wow. I feel like in the Kikuyu community that is very different. Like Kikuyus deal with death, you know. Yeah. But then like, and then when it comes to burial, like now people, when they bring the body, people get to mourn and all that. And then after that, it's a party. Yeah. So usiku inaitwa disco matanga.
I attended one and I was like, yeah, guys, you need to party at my funeral. Yeah, that sort of released.
Yes.
And it's something that, and if it's interesting to see people from Western Kenya watch Anam.
Yeah.
And people from Central Kenya watch Anam. The reactions are different.
Two very different reactions.
People from Central are the ones who are like, Kai, so scary. Yeah. Oh, why did they do that? The Westerners are like, and then what? They're like,
Yeah.
So you can see how we're in one country, but people, one community are used to death and addressing it, and the other ones have put it so far away that even just the thought of it,
people, it's crazy, but for real, like it's so weird. Like when my brother passed on, it was in Kirinyaga, right? And then we had another family coming in from Western. So the Western people will come and they want to go view the body at the morgue. And now our people in Kirinyaga,
nothing.
They don't want to go see. They're like, even like they only saw him the day he passed, and then after that they're like, can you not go? You know. But even after like a whole week, people from Western wanakuja, the first thing hata kabla ingie kwa nyumba ni wapi tunaenda kuona mwili. Like even if you don't want to go, you just give them directions. They'll find their way and they'll go. You know. It's so crazy how
very, very interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about, do you encounter any creative challenges while we were during the make of Anam's work? And how were you able to resolve that?
The creative challenges came about in the writing because one of the first drafts, Anam was a full horror.
Oh.
It was a full horror with jump scares and rotting flesh and the room changing. I had dreams. And then I'm like, how do I achieve this? So one of the creative challenges was that. It was trying to figure out what is achievable. And then now we started just trying to see what is the heart of the story and do we need this? Do we need this? Do we need this? I think on set, the most creative challenge was, I would say there's one particular scene and the people who watch the film know where someone lied and there were consequences.
Oh.
That scene, if you know, you know. That for me was the most challenging scene because we didn't want to do it with VFX in post. I wanted to do it on set because I didn't know if I was going to pull it off in post. So doing that one on set was such a challenge and we only managed to get 6 seconds of footage for that one moment. And
how long did it take to film that?
We filmed in you see, that's the thing. The preparation took like 3 days to prep for it. And then we only had like, guys, we only have this time to get it because we were afraid of flooding the house. And so we could only do it in like 1 or 2 takes.
Yeah.
That's it. And we got 6 seconds and we're like, and that's it.
We achieved it.
Yes, come by and buy. No, not yet we achieved this. Like, we've gotten what we've gotten. That was the most challenging scene for me in the entire film.
Yeah.
And the last scene of the day as well.
Yeah.
The last scene of the film, if you know, you know. That was challenging emotionally. That was challenging emotionally.
How long did it take you guys to film the whole project?
11 and a half days.
What?
11 and a half days. In comparison, Supa Modo took 23 days to do. We could only do it in 11 and a half.
That's unusually short.
We had no choice.
Oh, wow.
We had no choice. We had to keep it. We had our budget. We had to keep it within the budget.
Yeah.
Because things, we really wanted to do it right, but we also just that it and we had to work with it.
Yeah.
And tunashukuru for those days because it could have been less. Yeah.
And now you watching audience reaction, how does that make you feel? Knowing that it just came from this idea, from a feeling you have, from your own trauma, you know, unresolved trauma, get back to this film, and now people are reacting the way they are reacting towards the film. People, majority of the people love it. How are we feeling about that?
Mimi ni Mkenya. My reaction is, wacha uongo. Wacha uongo. I'm not, it hasn't sunk in yet because it's still too early, too fresh, and I am grateful that majority like the film, but at the end of the day, sijafika place yenye naweza kaa. Naogopa nikikubali ndanyang'anywa. It's a Kenyan thing.
Yeah.
Like naogopa nikisema, oh, I made a good film. Someone will just come and give a terrible review and everyone will be like, yeah, by the way, unasema ukweli, and then everyone says everything.
And people are easily swayed.
Yeah.
It only takes one person to say one negative thing and everybody's like, oh, come here, I'm not the only one who thought.
And I have received those. You see,
Yeah.
there are a lot of good reviews, but at the same time, I'm also getting a lot of negative reviews. So that mixed feeling, it's very confusing for a filmmaker, especially it being an uncommercial film. It was a personal film. Si ati ni pesa ya Hollywood nimepewa.
Yeah.
And it's a superhero film. It's something personal. And whether it's positive or negative, I take it to heart. And it affects me as a filmmaker. And so I'm still processing, to be honest. Still processing. Yeah.
All right. That's all right. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the Kenyan film industry, which you have been part of for a while now. We said 15 years. That's a long time. Give us your experience. How were things when you were first joining compared to how things are right now?
Well, I think when we were starting off, opportunities were far between. And you had to, and you still have to, triple job to be able to survive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't just do directing. I have to color grade, I have to edit.
You did that on your own?
I also color graded the film, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Color graded. I also did the editing. We edited it with my friend Nick. So you have to triple job in a way to survive.
I think at this point in your career where you are right now, you're comfortable enough to be just like, oh, so we have an editor. We're just going to direct and write. So once it's done, like, mimi kazi yangu imeisha, editor, iende kwa color grading, and just do wapi, you know, because now your part is done.
Nothing. In fact, even the next film, I might be reducing my crew even further to be able to afford to do what I want to do. And from the inside looking out, I'm like, nothing has changed. I'm still moving. But people from the outside looking in might see Likarion ume grow. You have opportunities that most people don't. And I'm very, very cognizant of that. I'm very respectful for that. But at the end of the day, tunakazana tu bade. I remember I lost a grant. I was pitching, and then they were like, this is just for the youth. I'm like, I'm over 35, I don't qualify. But also us over 35s, we also want to make movies. We also want to make movies. How do we help? Like, no. This is for the youth. The youth need opportunities. I'm like, I agree, but I also need opportunities to make my own thing.
Yeah.
And so that's a balance in the film industry where I'm like, I want opportunities to be there, but I also want to be part of the opportunities.
Yeah.
And that balance is what I'm still trying to do. Yeah, but we are at an impasse.
Yeah.
And it's the audience that are going to make the difference.
Right.
It's because right now, if people don't show up for our films, we won't be able to afford to make other films. And people easily write off films. But if you just show up, Anam is not perfect. Anam's Wake, my film, is not perfect. But the fact that people have shown up means that I have an opportunity to be better in the next one.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping more people do that. Show up for Kenyan films, not because ni charity work. Show up because you see the
love
potential.
the art. And
You see the potential. Yes, this filmmaker didn't get it right, but akipata tu do kidogo.
You see the vision.
That's what I'm hoping for the future of the industry.
Yeah.
And there's a revolution happening. I always say, I hope to be part of it, or I hope to lead it. Whichever way, I want to be part.
It's a whole revolution, all right. It is a whole revolution.
Yeah.
And that just brings me to my next question. Now, you are seeing things from a director's point of view.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about the actor's point of view. Because I saw this girl on TikTok, and she was talking about how her being part of the Kenyan movie industry, like, does not make sense. Like, it doesn't even come close to paying her bills. Because she's like, tell me why. She was talking about her own experience. She's been cast in a movie, and she has like maybe one line, and then she was talking on behalf of herself and the people who are even like how do you call them? The guys who never appear on
Background actors, extras.
Extra,
Actors,
so she's an extra, and they don't have money. So we have like one bus that picks up everybody at one location, right? So you're supposed to be there like very early in the morning for you to be taken to the location. So she's talking about, you wake up at 5 a.m. to prepare. You're supposed to be on location by 5:50. The bus sometimes comes late and it's there at 6:30, and you're just standing in the cold in the city like this. And then you're picked, and they film, and your role will come later, and they give you 1,000 bob. So she's like, 1,000 bob. I really want to be part of the industry, but for you to get to a certain role, you have to go for all these auditions, and you have to start somewhere. So the somewhere is you waking up at 5, going home at like maybe 3 with 1,000 bob. So she's like, and this has been happening for years. It's not something that has just started. Like, you find like a good movie, maybe with a reasonable budget, as an extra, you're going to get maybe 4,000 on a good day.
Yoni set gani hiyo inalipa 4K. Must be so privileged.
So that is, she was like, can we talk about the Kenyan film industry? And then she was like, if you don't have the product, if you don't have the budget, why are you shooting? I could not answer that, but I have a director here with me on behalf of her. Like, I'm just like, she wants to be compensated. Like, they're like, why are we 20 extras? And you don't have a budget. Why don't you have like few extras and then pay pay at least someone like some reasonable cash? Like, so can you talk about that?
That is a very, very difficult, nuanced question.
But you know that.
I know. I've even seen the video. And it's a challenging one to answer because at the end of the day, as a filmmaker, I want to make something grand so that I can be able to afford for the next one to pay people better. And she's 100% right. It is not fair. And we wish you could compensate better, but that is where we are at as an industry. And it's not any different in terms of, because if you talk to the lead actors, they'll also complain the same way.
Yeah, they're also being underpaid.
They're also being underpaid. Even me as a director, there are projects I'm like, hii nachukua ndo niweze kupata chakula ya kesho. And I know there are different levels to it. You can't compare the 1,000 bob to the person getting 50K. But I don't have a straight answer to give because I remember, if I cannot afford 20 extras, why not go 5? It's because if I go with 5, someone will screenshot and say that is not real. I remember there was a time nilianikwa when my TV show, County 49, someone took a screenshot of a crowd scene. But like, Kenyans don't know how to do crowd scenes. How do you have, it's a rally, you're a politician, nani watu 250 wamekuja. Knowing that those were 300 people. I had 300 people. Na bado mtu alienda kasema, this is nothing. And so I'm like, so now next time, in order for me to be nisiandiko tena ndio ikae realistic, I have to get 500.
Yeah.
You get. And so it's a balance between filmmaker and actor. What are the resources that I have to lift up the quality of my film, but at the same time also compensation.
Yeah.
And what I try to do, at least with Kibanda Pictures, because we know we do not have the means to pay 4,000. That's why I laughed about the 4,000. I'm like, 4K. But I believe that if you treat people right,
yeah,
their 1,000 bob will not pay your bills 100%. But maybe I can make your experience working with us better. Can I pick you from home? Can I make sure the food is decent? Can I make sure you're getting home safe and sound? And that's what I try to do with our cast and crew. Like for all the projects I've tried to work on personally, I try to pick people from home.
Yeah.
I know I'm not paying you enough.
Yeah.
But if I can just make sure usikae nje kwa baridi. Ukifika kwa set, chakula iko on point. Na unarudi home vizuri. Try to make the experience better because I assure you, we are all not where we want to be financially, to be honest, even myself. And we're all looking for that one opportunity. And I know background actors who, they appeared your job ya thao, and one day, and that's why a lot of people stick to it. One day that one opportunity ya kusema line inakuja. And then kidogo someone spots you, and then you're the next big star.
Yeah.
And all of us, even myself, we're all working and struggling to be able to get to that one project that gets me where I want to be.
True.
The delusions of it all. So I am really, really apologetic and sympathetic with the fact that the figures are not where we want to be. But we're hoping if we can just be able to build an industry that is beneficial for everyone, as starting with the box office for the film, I assure you the next one will be better and better and better.
It's going to be better.
Yeah.
All right, can you address the elephant in the room now? A lot of critics and a lot of Kenyans, they say they're tired of seeing the same old faces on their TV. They want change, they want new people. So what is happening? Utajitetea ukiwa upande gani?
Itajitetea nikiwa pande ya... I think for me, I hear them. But they are sort of... It's not a straight answer. It's not to say, but no, we always cast fresh faces, and there's no straight answer of, but these new faces that have been there, they also deserve jobs.
Yeah.
I have to be very careful how I answer because it's very nuanced. Yes, you have seen the same faces. It happens. My theory is the issue is not with the same faces. It is with the same old story.
Oh.
Those are the issues I have.
Yeah.
Because with Anam's wake, people have been pointing out, yeah, you see, fresh faces. They're not fresh faces.
Yeah.
Even our lead, Anam, she's been in many projects.
Yeah.
Gathoni Mutua, very experienced actor. She's in Single Kiasi, one of the biggest shows in Kenya. Peter Kawa has been in a lot of projects, including a very famous Korean film. So he's been there for a while.
Sam
Alcon's theater.
Everybody loves Sam.
Exactly. But we are seeing them in a different light. And I think that can soften the blow. It's because you've been seeing this actor play the same thing over and over and over again. That's why it feels I'm seeing the same faces.
Yeah.
At the same time, that same face is the same face for a reason. This industry is not built on talent. It is built on relationships. It would be so ridiculous of me, after I've worked with Marema, who plays Anam. We had such a wonderful relationship making that film. Very disciplined, very dedicated, got what I wanted, and we worked well till the end. For me to say, unajua the next film I can't cast you, even if you're right for it, because nimekuona before, I'd be ridiculous because I'll be taking a chance with someone I don't know, risking millions on a relationship that I have not built yet. So also as a producer, I have to be cognizant of the fact that why would I risk a relationship when there's something perfect right here? Peter Kawa has been in 3 of my projects. We work well together. I'm like, this is a good relationship that's there. And so it's a balance as well. At the same time, these same old actors, they also have bills to pay. So they will take those same old stories. because they also have this, because also that's all that is there.
Yeah.
So it's never, hakuna upande ya kuchagua. It is, I see both sides. I know it's such a Switzerland answer to give, but because it's not a straight answer to give, I'm going to play the fence of, I see both angles.
Yeah.
What am I, the only question now I have is, what am I doing to fix the status quo? How I'm doing it is, I'm mixing the same old faces with new faces. And I'm like, there's someone who's never acted in a feature film before. It's side by side with someone experienced. And so that's the best I can do. Crew members, I'm teaming up the likes of Enosolik, one of the best DPs in Kenya.
The best.
With an intern who needs their big break. And we even on set, we brought in, people started visiting my sets. Like, you want to come to my set to learn Nani? No worries, come for a day and stuff. That is what I can do as a filmmaker to alleviate the problem. Coming up with new, fresh ideas. So that even if I cast the same old face, I'm putting them to the work. Like, by the time you see them, they're someone different.
Yeah.
So that is the best I can do as a filmmaker to alleviate the problem.
I love that. And actually, want us to wind up.
Yeah.
I feel like me and you can talk the whole day if we're given a chance. Because there's a lot I want to know. There's a lot I want to ask about, you know. But we've talked about the things we are not doing right. So what are we getting right?
What are we getting right? Where? As a film industry, as filmmakers, or as
Just
you know,
general, in general, yeah.
I think what we're getting right is we're trying to push boundaries. We're not there where we used to be, but at least we're pushing the boundaries. I mean, look at Memories of Princess Mombi. It's an African sci-fi. It's pushing the boundaries. There is Fichua coming out. It's an action film.
Yeah.
There's a film called Shimoni, one of my favorite films. There's another film, a time-traveling movie called Lost in Time. Not a lot of people have watched it.
Yeah.
There are people who are trying to experiment. And I love that. The one thing that I think is positive is that we're resilient.
We are very resilient.
Oh, let me
We
tell
are very
you,
resilient.
if you heard the stories that are out there, people, you'll be like, well, how are you still in the industry?
Yeah.
But as filmmakers, we are still pushing. Every day, we're still pushing, and a lot of us are still hanging on. We're not going to give up. Whatever happens, we're still going to pushing. And that resilient spirit is a Kenyan thing. And I love that about it.
You love our drive.
Yes.
Hey, Kenyans are
I
hustlers.
love
What
it.
do you mean?
Yeah, I also love what's
Yeah.
happening now, the honest conversation that is happening.
Yeah.
And it has been brought up by the Gen Zs.
But the thing is, it's time.
Let me
Honestly,
tell
it
you.
is time.
Yes,
It is time.
they have forced us to address, as millennials, we scatter around things.
Yeah.
Them, they're like, skis hapa,
Yeah.
ni hii na hii na hii. Yes or no? I'm like, do you know you've just explained something that would have taken me years to circle back to, and you're like, I want answers now.
Yeah.
And I love that spirit of confrontation.
Yeah.
Where we're like, Likarion, you know your movie wasn't good. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Hakuna cha, hey, you know, next time, anakuja na kuambia tu lies. I didn't like this, I didn't like this, I didn't like this. I'm like, oh, I've gotten honest feedback.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I feel like that's what the industry has lacked in a long time.
Yep.
People who can actually just tell us the truth.
Yep.
Like,
Na wako sasa.
Na
And
sahi wako.
let's let them speak.
Yeah.
It is, I'm not saying it's good in terms of feeling.
Yeah.
Zingine zinani hurt pia, but I'm like, wacha nizisikize. Because at the end of the day, there's a grain of truth. And so now we say, let the critics talk.
Yeah.
Let them talk, let them say what is there. Because to be honest, you rarely get that honest feedback from a fellow practitioner. Because we're in the trenches together. Pia kuna mashida zake. See what to go in the trenches trying to make movies. And the best place people to do it are the people outside of the industry. Especially critics who do not make films.
Yeah.
Please, if you're a critic, don't make films. It's not your job to make films. It is your job to just watch, analyze, and give your
critique.
opinion. And
Yeah.
that's it. And art is meant to be critiqued. What is the point of art if no one is there to question? Where someone can see the Mona Lisa and be like, I don't like it because of this and this and this. Oh, I don't get it. And someone else is like, it's the best thing since life
Ever.
began.
Yeah.
And both of them are correct. So let's give people room to speak. Whether it's negative or positive, let's dig deep into what is the truth behind it. And then we move on and continue building.
Amazing.
That's it.
Is there a story you haven't told and you want to tell?
Mingi sana.
Mingi sana.
Sana. sana. Ni pesa ongee. Pesa shida.
It's money.
Yeah, it's money. We have so many stories to tell. Some of them have been forced to write them as short stories and put them online because I'm afraid I'll never get the money to do this. And so maybe writing a book would be the best way to express. And I'm not the only one. We have so many stories to tell.
Yeah.
We just need the right investment and the right industry. Because with an industry, there's a return on investment. And that's the biggest challenge. Once we figure out return on investment,
we're good to go.
we're good to go.
Absolutely love it. All right. As we are winding up, do you have any, nuggets of wisdom, for the guys in the industry, people anticipating to come into the industry with high expectations? There's someone right now in high school, that's all they think about. I'm really good in acting. I'm going to pursue it until, whatever point.
I would say come in with the attitude of, I will build my own path. Unfortunately, no one is going to offer you that path.
Yeah.
It's sad. I wish there were systems in place to assist people to get to their journey, to the end of their journey. But hakuna. No one can save you and no one can save us but ourselves. And you are in the best generation right now. A generation that is full of technology and opportunity. There's no middleman, Sai. Right now, I can do a movie, put it on TikTok, and be a star. And surpass the greats in like this. Use technology to your advantage. Use the fact that there's no middleman to your advantage. But at the end of the day, it's not easy. But I assure you, it's very fulfilling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, sijajenga kale kanyumba nataka. But I'm like, nimetel ile story nilikuwa nayo. Ile story nimebeba tangu, nimeifanya, na watu wamekuja wamejaza cinema, watch. Let me tell you, there's no greater feeling than people actually taking in your art. And if you stick through, I assure you that feeling it's a drug.
Yeah.
It's a drug. And you get, and that...
It's a high you want to attain every time.
Let me tell you, Anams, I'm like, I want to go to the next one. When I was making Anam, I'm like, I'm never making movies again. Like, I'm tired.
I'm done.
Villain, all these two were make Ketichini premiere. I was like, I want the next one.
I know. And speaking of Anam, it's still in theaters. It was supposed to be done.
It was supposed to be done.
A screening is still happening right now.
Yes.
And you're going to Kisumu.
Yes.
Tell us everything and give us the dates. And for our Kisumu audience, when and where are they going to watch the film?
Yes, so currently the film is at Prestige Cinema. It's ending its run this Thursday, which is, I don't know if it's the 12th, 13th?
Let me call.
13th, if I'm not wrong.
Thursday? Yes, Thursday. 13th, yes.
So because of the demand, actually it was supposed to end last week.
Yes.
People showed up and they were like, at Wendy Bagatwat. And I'm like, yes. So we extended it by 1 week. So it's ending this Thursday. People in Kisumu reached out to their cinemas and like, tunataka hii movie ikuje hapa. And the cinema was like, tumewasikia. And so Anam is going to be at the cinemas, at Mega Cinemas in Kisumu City from the 14th all the way to next week, Thursday.
Oh, nice.
And so we are hoping to show up as a team to say thank you so much. To other people, LD, Coast, do follow Kisumu.
Yeah.
Follow Kisumu and just tell the cinemas we want. If there's demand, we will supply. That's what we always say. And so we're very, very grateful. And we're hoping other cinemas, even in Nairobi, because we haven't hit so many cinemas, we are hoping other cinemas will say yes to it.
What are the charges?
For Prestige, it's only 600 bob.
Oh, nice.
During the week. For Kisumu City, we will announce those. Follow our pages, Anam's Wake Film on all socials. We will be posting the details.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Because we just, leo asubuhi ndo amesema, it's a go.
It's a go. We're good to go.
Yes.
Love that. Yeah. All right. Do you have a parting shot? Is there anything we didn't talk about that you would want to address?
I think we've touched on everything.
Almost everything.
Almost everything. Yeah, I think I'm very hopeful about the film industry.
Yeah.
What I would love to say is to the audience members, asanteni sana sana sana. Yani, hamjui kenye mmefanya. To you, it's just buying a ticket. but we filled 8 fully sold out cinema screens.
Imagine that.
8.
Imagine that.
At one point, the cinema called us and be like, "Munajua Spider-Man ejaja, nyinyi mumejaza."
Imagine.
I'm like, Kenyans aki. Because now it's also showing the cinemas, oh, maybe we can invest in Kenyan film.
You actually can.
Other investors are like, so if we do the math, we can actually invest.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes.
And that's all it takes.
Thank you to the Kenyan audiences. Thank you so much. And to the other audiences, please ask. Because that's the only way we can be better.
Yeah.
And I assure you, the next film after Anam will be worth your investment. And it will be worth your ticket price, I assure you.
Man, I'm loving the new generation. You know, it started with the music because a lot of Kenyans now are consuming a lot of Kenyan music.
Yes.
And it's spilling over now to the movies.
Yeah.
Kenyans are embracing Kenya. Even when it comes to what people wear, Kenyans are now starting to buy and wear Kenyan stuff. Even the small businesses, they're supporting that. People are wearing crochet now. To events, to all that. I absolutely love the new era. And I'm so here for it. And thank you for coming.
Thank you so much
and
for having
talking
me.
to us. And we hope we can have you again when the next movie comes.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully it will be very soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Cross fingers.
Yes.
Cross
Can you
fingers.
give us a hint? Maybe. And so that we can have bragging rights and be like, you had it here first.
Sci-Fi.
Love it.
That's all I can say.
Yes. I hope we get the right budget.
Yes.
So that we can get exactly
If
what
you have
we
money,
want. Yeah.
if you have money, we are here.
And you want to collaborate.
We are here.
How much do we want? For the people giving grants.
You know, Spider-Man costs $250 million US. You know, if I get just 100,
100 million.
never set. No. You come, we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
I love that. Where do they find you? You have an email, a number, a business number? Socials also, yeah.
Socials, Likarion Wainaina. I'm not that creative to have weird nicknames.
Yeah.
On email, actually, I have a website, likarionwainaina.com.
Oh,
Likarion. You'll find everything there.
Awesome.
Yes.
We absolutely love that. You guys heard it. Go check out likarionwainaina.com.
Yes.
Amazing. For all the details you want. You want his socials, you want his number, email, everything. Iko hapo. Ni kama Kibanda Productions.
Yes, yote iko hapo.
Kibanda Pictures, yote iko hapo.
Iko hapo ndani.
I love it. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been great. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. You know, we'll absolutely appreciate each and every one of you.
Asante sana.
And there we have it. Likarion Wainaina, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned a thing or two, yeah? There's no conventional way of making it. You just follow your own path and things will work out. They're definitely going to work out. Comment right here in the comment section. Who do you want us to bring next, yeah? We'll definitely try look for them and bring them right here on the show for you guys. Asante sana for watching. My name is Feline Jean. Like this video, subscribe if you can, share our videos, and we appreciate that a lot. Also, check out our website. That is jambonairobi.com. We also have an email address, which is karibu@jambonairobi.com. Also, follow our socials, which are Jambo Nairobi. My name is Feline, and we'll see you in the next video. All right? Bye.
Where adventures blossom and imaginations bloom. Nights ago, with the magic we create, embrace Nairobi, ignite your flame.